First things first, I'm the realist. No, I'm kidding. Instead of like a normal vlog, I was like, let's just do a get ready with me. So I have my first in-person specialized patient encounter today. I am not a beauty or makeup guru, so I'm not gonna share the products I am doing. I am going to lightly blow dry my hair. Today is our first inpatient in which I actually have to wear professional clothing, but thank God. Professional clothing is considered scrubs for doctors. We're doing the John New scrubs. I wore black to the L&D, so I'm thinking navy blue, but y'all will see that. Yeah, let me blow dry my hair. Back to specialized patient. So super excited. We are doing it in person. So wearing scrubs, and it's actually at like one of the learning centers, which is about a half-hour walk away from my apartment. This is our first encounter in which we will be doing a complete patient history. We've been doing history of present illness. So acronym for that is like bold cards. B is before, O is onset, L is location, D is duration, C is characterization, A is alleviating and aggravating factors, R is radiation, T is timing, and S is severity. So that's basically of their chief concern, what they're coming in for. And then along with that, we've got the FIFE model, which is like feelings, ideas, fears, and expectations, all of why they're coming in. In addition to that, we are starting to go into the complete history. So we will be figuring out medications, allergies, past medical history, past surgical history, social history, family history. Then they go and throw in the review of systems, a complete verbal overview, kind of like a physical examination, but it's a verbal examination from head to toe. So how are you feeling? Like, how's your skin? Any rashes? How's your eyesight, your smell? How's your nose? Is there any discharge, any drainage? One thing that EYC is good at is inclusive and diversity. So they've been teaching us to no longer use sexual orientation like male and female, but rather itself man or woman or non-binary, and to ask pronouns. And for today's complete review systems, we have to talk about sexual history, not just regularly of like, oh, are you sexually active, but more so to the point of current partners, had any partners, male, female, or man, woman, both. And I was like, as my first inpatient or like in-person encounter, I'm a little terrified for that part. The whole like sexuality, sexual history, orientation. I'm learning. I've been attending like seminars to better discuss those matters with patients. To me, it's still an uncomfortable topic, which I would assume it's uncomfortable for the patient coming in to discuss their personal life as well. I know when I go to the doctor's office, that's always the uncomfortable topic for me. I have to remind myself that it's a way of life, and it's something that we really have to just be open to discussing, especially as physicians. We do our encounter, we take notes, and it's essentially like role playing. And then at the end, which is like the nerve-wracking part, is the patient gives us verbal feedback right then and there. So far, thank goodness, I haven't had any like negative feedbacks. They're always saying you could have offered a couple more like comments or dove in deeper into a topic, but I'm like, there's so much material to cover. I know myself, I'm a talker. When I start going into like social and family history, I can answer and ask so many questions you wouldn't believe. So I kind of like have to reel myself back and not open that can of worms. I am hoping that this time now, when we have the complete review of systems and history, I'll be able to fill that time instead of constantly keeping myself back from like asking questions and talking. Let me do my eyebrows off camera. They're definitely not twins. They're not sisters. They could be cousins though. But another good thing is that we are seeing our docs groups, doctoring and clinical skills groups. Tomorrow is another in-person session, which is exciting. I mean, these 2 days are real life doctoring skills for us. So today is focusing on our interpersonal skills. Not only is it relevant to get the information about the patient's history and like all of that stuff, tomorrow is all about introduction to the core exam, so the physical examination. So when you go into the doctor's office and they take your temperature, your blood pressure, pulse, palpitations of the abdomen, the chest, all of that good stuff. We have to bring our blood pressure cuffs and our stethoscopes and all that, and that's in our small group. So the same people that I'm going to the institute with today are the individuals that I will be doing the core exam with tomorrow. And we are good. On to the hair. This is the part that I miss living with people, or especially my sisters. It's getting the back part of my short hair. I'll normally use like a curling wand for this, but I'm not so focused on the curl or the wave rather than just taming my hair, and also adding like a little body and texture definition. I could tell you about my pre-med journey, but I kind of want to do a dedicated video for that. One of the reasons why I chose UIC was the connection that I made with people, not only during interview day, but before interview day. They host this like pre-interview dinner Zoom call with current students, and the people that I met there were so down to earth. They were awesome. They were like actual people, and I was like, you are current first years, you're not stressed out, and you are like taking the time to dedicate some of your week to give back and to like speak to prospective students. Every school that I interviewed with, they had kind of like a pre-interview type Zoom or a post-interview Zoom with current students. I didn't feel as connected with those students as I did with the students from UIC. I was the type of interviewee that took down people's emails and took the time to send thank you emails. And in my thank you emails, I would even ask questions, more questions about like culture, lifestyle, and stuff like that, and carry on the conversation. Most students were awesome. They were like, yeah, I can like schedule another Zoom with you and everything like that. And UICOM was like, oh, here's my number, text me for quicker responses. It's easier than always checking my emails. Let's get on and do like a Zoom call, and I can answer your questions there. So super helpful and great. And I really appreciated that coming in as a prospective student. Gave me more, especially as an out-of-state student. Interviews have been going since, I want to say August, and then their next round was the end of September, October. In each round of applications, I have actually signed up to be a part of those pre-interview dinners. We tell them about like our experience and all of that good stuff, and like who we are, why we chose UICOM, and answer any of their questions. And without fail, in these last 2 times, I have gotten individuals during the Zoom chat that will like DM me in the chat function and ask specific questions tailored to my background as a non-traditional student. It makes me happy. That's like an immediate, instant gratification to know that I'm helping prospective medical students. And that's kind of why I wanted to start this channel, not only to document my experience throughout med school, but I know that there is that disparity of people of color, but that needs to change, and the only way that's going to change is if individuals can see themselves more set in those roles. That is kind of why this came about. Med school is already so much. Might as well show people, one, what they're getting into, what it really looks like, but what it looks like as a multi-ethnic student. So to me, this is another avenue of which I can pass it forward. My past mentors, especially at KGI, they tell their students, current students, about my channel and about my experiences. I was a TA for the pre-medical program over there, my second year during my master's, and I love just giving back. I actually reached out to one of the old organizations that I used to be a member for, and I told them, hey, if I know it's a struggle to create events that are going to entice students to want to join, so as like a way I can host, or I can do like a Q&A, a little seminar of my journey to medicine, what it's been like, and do like a little talk for the members of the club. I'm also going to send an email to my old mentors and see whether or not usually they have a bunch of different panelists come in and talk. Depending on their class schedules, I can possibly meet in person, especially for that Thanksgiving week. So it's mainly just giving back, passing it forward, making sure that there is diverse representation. Ooh, but side note is I'm seeing a couple of my friends today, and I was looking over our weekly stuff and realized we don't have a weekly quiz this weekend. There's a bunch of fall pop-ups here in Chicago, or like just venture the city, a fall adventure. I had a bunch of summer adventures with my family and like saw all the touristy stuff, but I have yet to really venture with friends besides that brunch that I went to a couple weeks ago, which was awesome. Most of the time, people here just want to go out to the bars, go out and drink, and I just want to be home. I say with a glass of wine, but more than likely it's popcorn and a Diet Coke and watch Grey's Anatomy, okay? Let's be honest, shall we? This is all nice and done. Take our fingers and roll way through it with some mousse. Alright, so the mousse is in. Now a bit of texturizing spray to keep that stabilized, especially with the winds. And that is the hair and makeup.